Hello, good people in YouTube land. My name is Darlene. Thank you for being here. I haven't been here in a while. For my regulars who know me, I've been out. I've had two procedures. I've had a sinus procedure followed by eye surgery. And you saw my videos. I was wearing a patch. What you see looks normal. What I'm seeing looks a little, it's still got a ways to go, but I can at least not have to wear the eye patch now. So I was also planning to go live like Sunday night, but there was this little thing called the Super Bowl going on, so I didn't. Anyway, I thought, it's just a random Tuesday night. I just pop on here. I liked, before I had to take care of my health, to do some readings on a regular basis. That's basically just an energy check-in. So I think I'll start with that tonight. And then if anybody pops on here who wants a reading, we can do that too. So 1 second. Let me get myself pulled up over here. And we will get going here. So did y'all watch the ball game? Or did you just watch the commercials on the halftime? Oh, yeah, I did afterwards watch the halftime. I didn't watch the game when it was happening, but okay, good. Here we go. All right. I think that'll work. All right. So I pulled a reading. I haven't posted it yet. It's actually, because I do a lot of Scorpio readings, a reading for, hey, Nick. How are you, love? How are you doing? So do you like me better with the patch or without the patch, the eye patch? Your health too, Gary? Oh my gosh. I guess maybe we're just ticking all the boxes and getting that out of the way for the rest of the year. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I miss being at the gym. I know that. I can't wait to get back. I go back tomorrow for a follow-up, and I'm hoping he's going to give me the go-ahead to go back to my regular schedule. Anyway, so I did a Scorpio reading. I haven't posted it yet, but I wanted to see how the eclipse energy was going to affect my Scorpio's love life. And y'all, the first card out was the devil. So I'm very curious. I am very curious what this next couple of weeks. And if you don't know, please educate yourself on the astrology, because we've got things happening around the 17th. That's the official change of the 9 numerological year into the 1 year, as well as the actual calendar. It's the Aries is the beginning. Anyway, it's a long story. But we've got one alignment, something changing signs. Again, I'm not an astrologer. That hasn't happened in like 100 since the day the Civil War started. The other one hasn't happened in like 6,000 years. I think it's Saturn in Neptune or conjunct Neptune at 0 degrees Aries or something. And that's significant because that's the beginning of the zodiac. 0 degrees of Aries is the start point of the zodiac, but it's kind of like the beginning of civilizations and that kind of thing. So it will be very interesting, I think, to see. And then if that wasn't enough, we have an eclipse on the 17th. So it's going to hold on, y'all. That's all I can say is buckle up, right? You had the eye patch kind of had you going. Well, I still have it. If you want me just for fun, maybe on Halloween I'll bring that out. I'll put on my gi, my black belt, my sword, all my gear, my eye patch. Oh goodness! I know y'all thought I was playing, but no, I really had to protect my eye. Anyway, all right. So let's do a little reading here. I kind of want to see. Do y'all want me to do like what's coming towards in love or just in general? What would y'all like me to do tonight? Hey, Southern girl, and I am still having a little trouble reading. Forgive me. Like I said, I've got half my eye back over here, but not all of it. So thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. And thank you, everybody, for your kind comments and well wishes. It was so very appreciated. Thank y'all. It took me a while. It was just, you know, I couldn't do hardly anything. I couldn't lift anything. I couldn't even bend over. I still can't lie flat. I have to sleep at a 45-degree angle. So it's kind of, you know, what do you do? So I've been mainly vegging out on YouTube. What else is there to do? Oh, thank you, GeoBalance. Yes, it is. It is better. It's so weird and so absolutely incredible what they can do. I had a spot on my retina and it was getting bigger and starting to occlude my vision, and that's what had to happen. It needed to come out. But what they do, not that this y'all care, but since we're talking about it, to protect the eye, they put after the surgery, they put a bubble. It's like an air bubble that's got like some kind of liquid in it over the whole, you know, center of the eye. And so it's like looking through the bottom of in this eye, looking through the bottom of a Coke bottle underwater. And then gradually, it's like that water level, if you can imagine just water in a glass, and every time you touch it, it jiggles. That's what I'm seeing. And then gradually the water level goes down and it eventually disappears in about a month. But right now it's about right here. So every time I move my head slightly, is this water jiggling over here in my eye. It's so strange, but pretty miraculous when you think about that they can even do that, right? And there's no pain involved whatsoever. Thankfully, there are no nerve endings in your eyeball. Let's see, what did you say? Your mom had LASIK surgery. They did one of her eyes at a time. Yeah, she healed up very fast and it wasn't a big deal. But, well, I did have something different. But still, it's just miraculous. It's just incredible what doctors can do now and these new procedures. And a good friend of mine had knee replacement surgery. Oh my gosh, how that has changed even in the last 5 years. It's just pretty amazing. We just live in an amazing time. What can I say? Thank you, Bende. I appreciate that. I am doing better. I've gotten lazy though because I couldn't do anything. True confession, I've gotten a little lazy. I won't lie. You know, your schedule goes out the window. You just have to sit around and do nothing. So I need to push myself back to work. Oh, anyway, so what did y'all decide you want me to do? Hey, Rebecca, I'm sorry if I missed saying hello to anybody. Do y'all want me to do an energy check-in on just general or love? Because that's what I'm going to start with tonight. Which would you prefer? Y'all can vote. Oh, Nick, thank you. You're so sweet. You probably wouldn't have... Well, no, you did see me. That's right. I did post the picture of that big ugly bandage. It looked, I think, well, it was swollen the first couple of days, but I was going to say it looked worse than it really was, but I think it's a big deal. Okay, so nobody has a vote here. Y'all aren't voting. Tell me something good. Okay, Deborah, tell you something good. Okay, Nick wants love. Deborah wants something good. I'm gonna do just a cut. Let's see what for Deborah. Let's shuffle and do a quick cut just for Deborah. Tell Deborah something good here. Tell Deborah something good. Oh, well, you got something coming in. Some kind of conversation coming, Deborah. Oh man. Oh, sorry, I tried to make it good. Although, let me look. Hang on. Never mind. We're not going there. We want good and only good tonight. We want good stuff. We want good stuff. Come on, give me something good for Deborah. Come on. Come on. I got the Knight of Swords, if you want to know. I know you're dying to know. That was what I was looking at. And then I was looking at the cards below it. It was the Five of Wands, which talks about conflict. And so that speaks to some kind of an argument or disagreement or conflict. And now I got somebody who either is overly emotional or doesn't want to talk about their emotions, Deborah. So what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? Feeling stuck? I think that's you. This is you, I suspect. Feeling stuck, right? Are you giving up? Are you kind of saying my dreams are not happening? They're not coming true? Are you giving up on me, Deborah? Don't do that now, sweetie. Don't do that. I don't know, you think you popped in here after I talked about this. Y'all, in the next 3 weeks, there's going to be, in the next week, on the 17th, like I said, major, never seen in our lifetime, some never seen in 6,000 years, astrological events happening that are about to make incredible shifts on our planet. So we just have to get through this. We just have to hold on a little bit. It's a little bumpy right now. So Deborah, don't be discouraged. Oh, you had that conversation yesterday. Well, good. That's in the rearview mirror. Let's just move on now. Let's move on. Oh. All right. For Nick, we're going to ask what's coming in love. Well, I didn't. Yeah, Deborah, you walk. Spirit saying, walk away from that crap, Deborah. Walk away. All right. What's coming toward my good people, my audience, my collective, my members, my subscribers? What's coming toward them in love they need to know about? What's in the energy for them right now? I'm having a hard time shuffling tonight. What's in the energy for my good people in love? What's coming in? I feel like that one wants to come out, but it didn't fall all the way out. Okay. Keep her on the side. Half the deck. All right. Let's see what this story is here. Well, see, Deborah, you're right in good company, because those 2 cards that I said came out, guess what? They're back. I said you're feeling stuck and you're giving up on something. It's what's in the energy. It's not just you. Everybody's kind of feeling that way right now. I mean, look at what's going on in the world too. Look at, the world stage. It's everybody's, and what this is a transition. I talked about this when I was here live a while back. We're not through the transition yet. We're not finished with this. Is the very tail end of last year's letting go of things, but we're not into the new energy yet. But so it just feels frustrating for us. Frustrating, and I'm hearing the word agitation. Some of us are just like, I know me, I've had mixed feelings because I haven't been able to do anything. I couldn't drive my car. I couldn't, like I said, all the things. I couldn't lift anything. I couldn't. And so part of me was I was trying my best to say, oh, what a blessing this time is. And I did enjoy it, parts of it. But at the same time, I was feeling antsy and ready to go and ready to do and ready for this to be over with. And so we got to have a foot in both energies, and we're not fully in the new energy. But the Hangman is in reverse here. And this says you're feeling, it's kind of the energy I'm feeling. The meaning, the archetypal meaning of the card is when it's in reverse, like somebody refusing to surrender. So don't be that person. Don't be that person. That's just the energy. It feels like I can't get anywhere because nothing's moving. You feel like you have, like you're a boat in a boat with no oars, kind of, so to speak. But it's saying, but things are moving on. Things are moving on. Things are moving in a good place. Now, I know, Nick, you asked for love. Sadly, I see no cups here that talk about love right now. So just take what I'm saying and apply it, though, to your situation. And it may be because y'all are just focusing on your work. I mean, I would be if I hadn't had to deal with this health stuff. I'm anxious to get back to it, though. So I think that's it. There's no cups here because, and I feel like it's not only, oh, interesting. Okay. Never noticed all the particulars on, and each deck is a little different. The Eight of Pentacles is the apprentice card, perfecting your craft, putting work into something to get better at it. And she's got a jar there with artist brushes. She's painting that design on the pentacle there. So you're painting your future, and we're talking about love here because you ask. Yes, you might all be focused on work, but remember, what you're putting in is what you're going to get back. That's a message, oddly, from that card. Because we're ready. This is saying, I am so done. I'm so done. And I'm in a place like this too. So I'm just going to say, I feel it personally also. We're just done. This has been a heavy burden. It's in reverse. I'm so ready to put this down. I can't carry it anymore. I'm ready to be released. I'm ready to put this toxic energy behind me. So if you've been dealing with somebody who's toxic, this could also be somebody, some kind of an addiction, and I always say that the devil card is anything that holds you back from being the best version of you, or in this case, your person, if you're dealing with somebody. But when it's in reverse, it means being released from that energy. So the fact that these two cards are together, this is about to be in the rearview mirror for us. It's just we're feeling stuck right now. And the message I'm getting, because this is the Chariot card in reverse, that means we're not going anywhere yet. But the Chariot talks a lot about determination and focus, and these horses have to be going in the same direction. If they're going like this, you're going nowhere. So there's a bit of, I know I don't want to be where I was, perhaps in specifically a relationship, but I'm not really sure where I'm going yet. That's what this feels like to me. Geo, you're saying you relate. And Gary's saying, I feel like that makes a lot of sense, and I've been very focused on myself and ready to move forward. Me too. I mean, that's really how I've been feeling too. Let me get my little special peanut. Y'all, thank you for these medals. Awesome. All right, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And did I see? Oh, yeah, Gio, you said a PayPal. Okay. Did you see the messages? I'm supposed to hear tonight. All right, cool. Well, I will do my best to deliver that. Interesting. I'm hearing a very specific message here. Specific for my watchers, my good peeps here. So things that were hidden are coming to light. What is that about? It is about, for some of us, here's, let me get my words in sync with my mouth. My brain in sync with my mouth. The strength in reverse can be the obvious surface level meaning is somebody who's lost their strength or feeling weak about something. Okay, maybe. I'm not saying that's not true in this energy. But it also talks about the shadow side of us. So for a lot of us, that's what this energy is doing. And I'm speaking of upcoming energy now because of the alignments and all the stuff we have coming up on. I feel like you're being triggered. some of you, whatever this situation is in your life or your love life, you're very likely being triggered. Now, for some of you, the trigger is about what? About loving yourself, about self-love and self-care, and in what that's going to look like for this next year is also what I'm hearing. What is that going to look like? I think last year we were all treading water. We were all struggling to just get by the year and deal with all that we were dealing with. This is a new year though. And spirit, it feels to me like it's saying start it out by number one, filling your cup first. Let's be real here. You can't give to other people if you don't have it to give. So if this is a relationship, this also talks about, so this is self-love, and it can also, because this is a love reading, mean you got new love coming in. But this can talk about, but I've lost my confidence because of all the, put stuff in my past here. So what's being shown, what's being revealed is about that. I've lost confidence, and I'm just not sure that I'm ready to even think about a new love, frankly, because maybe some of you, you're still walking away. You're still walking away from it, and you may have already walked away from the person, but the energy, you may still be in your energy field and, of course, in your emotions. And you don't just flip a switch and be done with the relationship. It takes a little time. So that's what I feel like. And it is interesting. The first card that popped on the table, and I laughed because it had come out with Deborah, is this Queen of Wands. And she is very much about confidence. So I think for many of you, whatever this is coming towards you this week, yes, it could be something new in love, but it could be an opportunity to choose this and walk away, really leave this other stuff in the past. But it also feels like it's talking about self-love. I just really feel that's strongly there. Because if you're not filling your cup first, y'all have heard me say this many times, if you're not filling your own cup first, you are, you're going to attract someone who is as wounded or as healed as you are, whose cup is empty or as full as yours is. Yep. And there she is, the queen of love and emotions, the Queen of Cups. Mm-hmm. So where you haven't felt stable, and where many of you have just lost passion, and some of you have even gotten bitter when it comes to love, and for many of you, there's a King and Queen of Swords. This could be a divorced couple. Typically, those are the divorcees in the tarot. Maybe you just, you've had that difficult conversation. You've had this battle, and you're just, again, it comes back to you don't feel stable. You haven't felt stable, and you've lost your confidence. But I really feel like that's changing. Yeah, this is you've been the hermit. A lot of you have just, and I know I did even before I had my surgery. I was feeling almost reclusive. The energy was just so difficult. So, guys, to wrap this up, hang on a minute. I knew that was flipped. I could feel it. To wrap this up, what's coming toward us may trigger us. It may feel like a heavy burden, but the truth is, we're needing to let go of whatever this is, or we're being released from whatever this is, because it's kept us stuck. I like it. And once we do that, that makes room for this new opportunity in love to come in. Well, that's lovely. We like that. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right. I'm leaving it on that. That's a good note. I'm leaving it on that. Now, let me see here. Hey, Spiritual Awakening. Good evening. And Evan, good to see you. Philip, thank you. I appreciate that. Good to be seen at my age, as we say. Hey, I woke up today. I'm the lucky one. I'm one of the lucky ones. All right. Let me see here. Let me get my 1 second. Open this up. I think I will record also a reading for the general collective regarding energies coming in with the eclipse. Just haven't had time to do it. I've been busy buying a house this week, today and yesterday actually. So I've been busy. Or a townhouse. It's a bigger townhouse. Ah, okay. Let me read the message. Okay. What message do you need to hear, Gio? So you're not asking, oh, thank you, 100% spot on. So ready and awesome. Thank you for that feedback. So Gio, do you want this? I know what you want to hear, what you need to hear, excuse me. Generally speaking, not specifically about love or work or anything, just whatever. So would you verify that for me? Then I'll ask which deck for you. So Gio, are you here? Okay, great. What a beautiful attitude. All right, let me put those down and ask what deck for Gio. Well, neither of those. I was thinking, but Light Seer, you got the Light Seer tonight. All right. Let's see. What messages can we give Gio? What messages can we give Gio that would be helpful? What does Gio need to know about or hear? What guidance? And I love that attitude. Open to receive. Yes, please. All of us. I can't wait. So much abundance coming my way this year, y'all. I feel it. I'm declaring it. Hey, Joseph. Hey, how are you? You snuck in on me. I just now seen you. And please bear with me, those of you that are coming in later. I am still having a little trouble seeing. So please give me a little mercy on that. Well, see if this relates to anything you're currently dealing with, Gio, because I don't know what this is pertaining to, and I'll need your help a little bit to put the pieces together. But it's something that you're saying, I really don't want to fight about, or I'm not going to, or you're either letting your walls down about something, you're no longer putting up resistance about something, or you're saying, I don't really want to fight for something anymore. I don't have it in me. And you're at a crossroads about something. Let's get some more. Could have to do with some kind of a new beginning in love. Did you just break up with somebody maybe? At the bottom of the deck, let's get some more. What else, please? Tell me a story for Gio. What does Gio need to hear now? So, I mean, if that's not the story, that could be the advice. So let's get some more cards out here. All right, come on. I don't have all night here. One more. You are closing out a cycle of some kind here, Geo. So again, I don't know if this has already happened. You've probably heard me say that, because sometimes tarot gives me the backstory before it tells me the answer to the actual question. Oh, I got you. Yep, don't want to fight my ex-husband anymore. Done. It was toxic, and I hung on too long. New beginning is work, and of course, future love. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Glad to hear that. Well, that's exactly what you've got going on here. Could have been, because I feel like this down here is kind of past energy, and then as we move down toward the end here, it's really talking about kind of ending up where you are now. So yeah, not going to fight over that. You feel like you've been at a crossroads for a long time here. This involved other people in whatever way that was, whether that, could have been your husband could have been involved, or you could have been involved, or it could have been family members or work. Work can be a third party too. But this says, yeah, you're walking away from that now. You're leaving it behind. No more of this feeling like I'm hearing everybody has the better of me. Because this card talks about winning at all costs, ego and pride. And when it's in the reverse, it can mean wanting to make amends for that. But that's not how I'm feeling this energy for you. It's more like you're not going to have to tolerate that anymore. In other words, that energy is, I feel like, leaving your life here, because it's the end of the cycle, the world. This is the end of the fool's journey before he can start the new journey, right? It's the last card in the major arcana in the tarot. Yep, third party. Yep, that's one of my two classic third party cards there, right? Okay. And for those of you just popping in, I do have slots available, but these are paid readings, and you can click the link that's pinned at the top of the comment section for that info. Gio, you're saying, oh, thank you. I told you it's so accurate. Yes, no more tolerating. No, I mean it was like this was like a hot potato when I picked it up. The energy off that card was it's like no more, no mas, no mas. Well, how about let's ask future. What's coming toward you? Okay, so we know the story, but what is coming in? I would like to know. Show me something good. Yeah, I know. Okay, well, that could be family. This talks about fond memories, nostalgia. Yeah. Maybe you're getting a dog. But that can be talking about children and, all that too. Let's see. Vijay, you can pay either PayPal, or if you don't have that, I know you said you're from India, Super Chat here on the platform is $20. And again, I have to cover my eye to read sometimes. There is a general reading at the beginning if you'd like to rewind that, a general love reading. That might be helpful for you. What's coming in? Something good and positive. What's coming toward Geo? What's coming toward Geo? Oh, I love this. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yes, yes. Strength. And I particularly like the artwork of this strength card, because in most of because I was just showing it in the first reading here, the traditional Rider-Waite is a woman standing next to a lion and taming the lion. Well, that's okay, but it's representative of taming our own inner demons, whatever, dark side, shadow side, all of that. And I think this card really depicts that better. She's half woman and half lion. So it's it's like, you know, taming your own demons. And therefore, you know, once you look at your shadow side and you do that internal work, that's where that strength comes from. Ooh, I like this for you, Jim. I like it. Well, Nick, I have never, well, I can't say I haven't been to Japan. I touched down in an airplane at an airport there. I didn't leave the airport, so I can't say that I've actually been there, but it is, it is a very interesting country and culture in particular, because my primary martial art that I trained in originated in Japan, and I was always fascinated by it. Do you remember this lady? This is the third time she showed up now. She seems to be in all the readings. She's showing up proud and strong, and that's basically one of her highest, most dominant qualities is her confidence. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like this. I like this, Gio. Okay, this is good. One second, let me finish looking at. Okay. I ask what's coming toward you. So this is kind of just a heads up, right? Yeah. You can, I just said this in the previous reading. When we get out of a relationship, we don't just flip a switch and stop thinking about it and stop ruminating. And you don't. It takes a while. So you may be thinking back again, or you could be filling your life with family and children and that kind of thing. While you're getting your strength back. But I have this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, well, this doesn't have to be either or, it could be both. You may have or may be struggling to, say, get your finances back if you're going through this divorce, or just feel that sense of stability that you felt before, because she's in the reverse. So it could be that. And also, the Queen of Pentacles, you don't hear this much about her, but she's also a nurturer. And I feel like you haven't felt the luxury of being able to nurture yourself. And a spirit wants you to be aware that that's a thing and you need to do that. Part of it is because you don't know where you're going right now. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse says, wherever I am today is not where I want to stay for a long time. That's not where I want to plant my seeds and watch them grow. That's not what I want to nourish. So this is kind of a heads up in that be careful that you are not stuck in this more kind of codependent energy of this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, because that's spirit saying that's not where you want to plant your seeds. You don't want to get stuck in that energy. You want to be this person. Can you see that? I just love this particular Seven of Wands. The traditional Rider-Waite, there are 7 people, and there's one person on the top of the hill with the wand, and then all the 7 people below all have wands, and they're fighting to take dominance, to take over, and this person on top is defending their high ground, defending that turf, right? Look at her. She's Miss Zen up there. And I talked about this card in another reading where this came up. I can't remember who it was for, but it's like, I have done all this. I have fought all these. Every one of these wands represents a battle. I've done that, and I've earned my right to be sitting here and claiming my peace at the top of my own little personal mountain. So remember, don't let this drag you under. this is where you want to be. And at the bottom of the deck, this, what we were just talking about, this confidence, this go-getter. She's also can be an entrepreneur. I think you may be getting a pet. If you don't have one, because I keep being drawn to the animals on these cards. She has a black cat right there at her feet. Because I feel like what you're leaving behind is this, or Spirit is asking you to leave this behind, this remorse and regret, no more spilled cups. And this came out in the general reading, the Ace of Cups. Fill your cup. Forget these other people. Forget what you've been through. Your focus going forward. Spirit wants you to focus forward. Needs to be about this. Filling your cup first. And as I talked about earlier, because this can also mean a new love or something new in love coming your way. But if you're not a match for that, if you don't fill your cup, you're not going to attract it into your life. It's going to miss you like ships in the night. Yep, time to put it down. 10. So a lot of the cards that are here are coming out that were in the earlier reading. 10 of Wands in reverse. Time to put it down. Time to let it go. Let that blank go. Yep. Spirit wants you to boss up and embody the qualities of the Emperor. He takes charge. He's also all of the kings rolled into one. The Emperor had to go through each stage of each king. In other words, you had to start at, for example, Pentacles. You had to start at the Page of Pentacles, then the Knight of Pentacles, and and the Queen and the King. And so you had each set of the swords, the pentacles, all of the journey of the kings and so forth. So you had to survive each one of those journeys to get to embody the energy of this Emperor. I hope that made sense, right? So you've come a long way, and Spirit is saying, yes, you've come a long way. Karma's about to reward you. You have awakened, and I think that's part of what this is about. This was very much an awakening for you. It was a test, a really hard one, but you have awakened, arrived. This is Judgment Day. This is good karma. Yep. No more in and out, that impulsive behavior. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Yep. Putting this ending behind you here. Putting those betrayals behind you. Well, I like that for you. Hello, DNA. Good evening. Tay Mason, good evening. Thank you, Joseph. Geo saying, thank you. Everything is 100% accurate. Awesome. Very grateful for the message. It is my pleasure. Thank you for buying a reading tonight. I was kind of anxious to jump back in. I was hoping somebody would, just to get my proverbial reading juices going again. I do some offline, but still. I like these live readings. I like them because we're interacting, and you can say, oh, no, I'm not relating to that at all. Or, I can kind of hone in better for a message for you. I think I will ask, though, let me put these back. Does it have any more advice other than that for you? Let's just see. Any other advice for Geo going forward? I think that was pretty good advice, though. Let's see. Anything else for Geo, please? Maybe not. I think Spirit said I have spoken. I'll turn it over and ask one more time. Anything else for Geo, please? And if no cards come out, one more shuffle, nothing comes out, then they're saying they're done. Nope. Yeah. Nope, they're done. Okay, that was it. So no, I've said what I said and I meant it. Geo, thank you so much. I really hope that helps. And I wish you luck on your journey because, you know, been there. I've been there and it's not easy, but that's the good news about the 9 year that we just are finishing up here, or we did finish technically, but calendar wise, but not energetically wise. We had a lot of help letting go of things, even though we might not have chosen that path. It's what was for our highest good. And I think, especially because of this new conjunction, this one that hasn't happened in 6,000 years, I really feel like many of us are going to be starting on a new path that we never would have predicted. I really do think that many of us, we think we're going this direction, and then the energy changes, and I think in a good way. I'm not meaning in a bad way. I really think that we're going to be nudged or guided or pushed or prodded or into new directions this year, because again, it's the 1 year. There's just some energies here that we have never felt in our lifetime, and I'm excited. I'm excited. Sadly, hey Aaron, good to see you tonight. Thank you. It has been a minute. It has. I'm doing better. Thank you. Had eye surgery and sinus procedure and stuff, but you know, getting all that behind me now, so getting back to focus. So I encourage y'all to go, if you haven't, like I said, check out the astrology, in particular yours, and where it's all happening in your house and all that good stuff. But it is, it sadly means that, sadly, that sounds like it is sad. A lot of the things that are going on in the world right now that are troubling are because that needs to come up and be released. It needs to come up so it can change. You know, it's like if it stays in the dark, the world doesn't know it's there. So it has to be illuminated. And that comes a lot of times with struggle. And that's what the world is going through right now. But I think we're moving into better times. It's just we've got to get through where we are right now. I'm just going to be that optimist. I am. All right, let's see. Okay, guys, anybody else has paid for a reading that I might have missed it? Let me just double check real quick. How in the world are you, Joseph? And where are you in the world, or in the United States? I know you travel, so where are you? I'm always curious. Yes, Aaron, I am doing readings tonight. There's a link that's pinned at the top of the comment section and in the description box. You're at home. And there's Joseph at home. Well, that's good. I think. Good. Taking some time off, resting, whatever, between, what do they call that? Halls? Is that what they call that in your business? Between halls? Is that right? So, Joseph, what can I do for you tonight, my friend? What would you like a reading on tonight? I'd love to do a reading for you. We haven't spoken in a bit. And I am going to try to schedule or to do a members only live chat. I am going to try to do that sometime this week. So, but I will try to post. Well, of course, I'll post it. I'll post a comment in, my post section and let y'all know when that is. So, Joseph, what would you like a reading about, sweetheart? Aw. Aw, Joseph. You are the biggest example. I think I've said this to you before of paying it forward that I think I've ever known. You are so generous. What a sweetheart. So, guys, if you didn't hear, Joseph is gifting a reading to someone who needs it. So, who here in the chat needs a reading tonight? Speak up. First come, first serve. Okay, Aaron is speaking up. Aaron says, I'll take it. All right, Aaron. What's your question, Aaron? And thank you, Joseph. So sweet of you. So, Aaron, what is it that you'd like to know about tonight that I can help with? I forget, I should do like a spin every time somebody does that, right? Oh, I'm too close to the table to spin. Oh. I used to do that, but I've got my... Anyway, it's too close to the table. That's why I'm always doing this, because I'm on a, this is a stool, this top that spins, and I can't sit still. ADD. So, Aaron, what's the question? What's your question? What would you like a reading on? Or are you thinking about that? I'm waiting. Aaron, I'm waiting. You have to tell me what your question is. Here we go. Okay. All right. Let's see what deck. Okay, this one. All right. We want to do an energy check-in on the energy for Aaron and the Street Crush. I like it. All right. Okay. So Aaron's crush, what's the energy? Let me see how can I... Yeah, what's the energy of the relationship right now? Let me ask it that way to start. What is the energy of the relationship between Aaron and the crush? The things that come into my head. Occluded. I said that because when something is occluded, you can't quite see it. Doesn't mean it's not there. Not unlike flying in an airplane or looking up at the sky, for that matter. It doesn't have to be in a plane. I started to say, if you're in an airplane and you're above the clouds and you're looking down, it doesn't mean the earth has gone anywhere. It's still there. Vice versa. If you're standing on earth looking up but there's a cloud cover, you can't see the sun, it's still there. It just means right now you can't really see it. I mean, this can mean unhappiness, but let me see what else comes out. Hang on. So Joseph, did I get that right? Is that what you call it when you do a run with your loads? Is it called a haul? Isn't that? Did I get that right? I need you to educate me. Please tell me the energy. Thank you. All right. The sun and the moon together in reverse. I want to say somebody's trying to hide their feelings or not sure. Let me get some more. That's an old... Well, I'm an old person. Of course it's old school. I'm an old fart. What is it called now? deciding. Hang on. Oh, all this hidden energy. Hang on. Under a load. Okay. Thank you. So you're traveling under a load. Got you. All right. Thank you for that, Joseph. See, you taught an old girl new tricks. How about that? Aaron. This, I feel, well, I asked about the energy of the relationship. I didn't ask specifically about that person. So let's go with the question that I asked. There has been this kind of crossroads of indecision, but now somebody's starting to get clarity about that. Although it's taking patience, and they may be waiting on some things to get balanced, whatever that would be. Let's keep going. Somebody does have options. Gotta say it. Somebody has, I mean, this could be you. I don't know. So I want to change the question. I'm not feeling and getting very far with that question. How about I ask how this person feels about you? How does the street crush feel about Aaron? Holding on. All right. That's maybe too tight, but holding on. Holding on. All right. Well, let me see what else. Oh, interesting that came back. All right. So I feel like now I think that this person, now Aaron, I mean, this could be referring to you, but I don't think so. Let me finish. I think this person has kind of given up hope. They've been through a rough patch. Now, I don't think this is talking about a rough patch with you, but if the shoe fits, this person has been through something. This is a very heavy burden, and they're at the end, or they've already put it down, but they're still dealing with the feeling and the it's like, even if you put a burden like that down, and we're talking about relationships here. I've said this 3 times tonight. It's the 3rd time, but you don't just flip a switch and stop feeling it. But this burden, I think, has caused this person to kind of give up hope, and that's sad. That there have been some memories, some really that when this is in reverse. Although this could talk about family, but I feel like this person is ruminating too much about the past. And very possibly this person, this is either, I think this might, because of the way the cards fell, this is memories from the past that linger too much and not in a good way. Next to this Queen of Pentacles, I believe this is somebody from their past. And gender's not relative in tarot. It's just somebody who was, because we talked about her earlier, that her qualities are that she might be codependent. She might be needy. She's definitely not a particularly stable person. And this is another indicator, not a stable person, a missed opportunity. So maybe even somebody that was a player and broke this person's heart. So hopefully that's not you they're referring to. So I feel like what this is saying, now let me come back to the cards that fell out. This is the underlying energy at the bottom of the deck. The cards are kind of telling me the story underneath the surface. Because here, when I ask about how does this person feel about you, they're hanging on to you. They're concerned. They're not maybe they've, and I see why, given this past story. In other words, this card, the High Priestess in the reverse, talks about things that are coming to light. Okay, good. But I feel another energy here is that this person is actually afraid that they're not able to hear their intuition anymore because of what's happened in the past. However, that being said, so there's a little bit of fear around that card. This does talk about coming together, a collaboration with you, and that they're coming out of a period of overthinking and overanalyzation about it, and finally moving to a little bit of a place of calmer water. So, if all of this is kind of making sense, let me see. I asked because I feel like I've got the lesson from the connection. I feel like he still isn't sure about me. Well, that's kind of what this is saying here. Basically, is this person has been in analysis paralysis, but is now coming out of that because it's in the reverse, and finally moving on toward better things and clearer thinking. Now, the danger is that this person takes the swords with them in the boat. And this person isn't allowed to step foot on the new land where they're going unless they leave those swords behind. A little bit of. All right. Let me get some more here. So what I don't see, and I want to see more in a romantic connection when you're asking about, I have no cups here. Cups are the emotions or feelings. So, I haven't seen those yet. Let's see. What are this person's feelings and intentions? Let's see. Yeah. And as I say that, ooh, yes. If you were here earlier, you heard me mention King and Queen of Swords. This is typically like a divorced couple. It doesn't have to be. But I've got a Queen and a King here in the reverse. And these people, in the upright, they're both of them would be people who put head over heart. But in the reverse, either of them, they have very similar energy to me, really, is they'll cut you before they ask why you're there. They're bitter, they're angry, they're cruel, they're very cutting with their words, basically very cold energy. I don't like that. Now, again, I don't know if there's something that's happened between the two of you, why this person would have felt this way, or they're saying, yeah, I'm trying to move on because of this, and this is affecting how I'm showing up in this relationship. So you will know the backstory. Let me see here what you said. I think we've made great work colleagues with creative endeavors rather than a romantic connection. I find him to be too detached. Well, you just nailed it. You couldn't get more detached than a king or a queen of swords. So true. So very true. And that would explain, if you think it's better as a work colleague, this would be a card that would talk about a work colleague. It does talk about positive collaboration. That's good. All right. What else can you tell me? What else? I'm thinking and feeling. And yeah, and this can say, these two people they wouldn't have tea together anymore, probably. It would just be, you go your way, I go my way. Yeah. What else? What did I just say? You go your way, I go my way. We both, the Hermit can be not really talking to each other. It can be, but it can also be taking a time out to get inspiration, to go into the, he goes into the cave for a connection with the divine, to get downloads, to get more inspiration, to sort of, in essence, to, because you can see this is a more modern version. He's got a flashlight there to shine light on the situation, to illuminate the situation in essence. Somebody here felt manipulated, though. Or feels, I should say, current tense, feels manipulated. When I run into him, he doesn't say anything. I keep it light and just acknowledge him without much more energy than need to. That's this all day long. Yep. Yep. This is interesting, though, because I've got the Death in reverse. Well, actually, no. I'm going to tell you. No. I see. So Death in reverse is a card. Death, the Death card, is a card about endings so that new beginnings can begin, which means change. You have to change. You can't bring that old energy into something new if you're trying to create it. So this is a card of transition. When it's in reverse, it often refers to somebody who's unwilling to change. Or sometimes getting over, it means getting over a difficult ending, but it's I think it's just somebody who's unwilling to change, so therefore nothing can go forward. It's stuck here in this. These horses are not going anywhere. I mean, really, I have no. Why can I not speak? I do not have cards that reflect to say, anything particularly harshly, like nothing evil or malevolent here at all. But there's just a lot of coldness. There's that disconnection that you spoke of. There's, this is that disconnection. This is coldness. This is, no communication to speak of, because someone here doesn't want to change. And so it's just what it is. And I think probably you're saying, well, that's fine. I'm just going to go slowly in my own direction. What else? Wow, that's a lot of cards. Can we do that again, please? Although I will look at them. Yeah, not being able to surrender to, their feelings. Oh, yeah. I think that's a big part of this person. I do. Ursula, there's a link pinned at the top of the comment section. If you'd like a reading, you can purchase one here tonight. All right. What else? What else can you tell me? I'm just, like I said, there's no warm fuzzies here. Anything else? Really? Wow, they're taking a sweet time. Yes, thank you, Joseph, and thank you, Ursula. Thank you for my fabulous Joseph moderator there who has better manners than me tonight. Yeah, I just feel this person, and probably you too. I think this may speak to both of you. You can tell me, Aaron. You see. He reacts distantly after we run into each other on the street. I work at, but then again starts walking here once he manages his emotions. Interesting. Well, I don't, yeah, and I can see that because these last two cards that came out, these are the only cups now in the reading, and they came out right here, the last two cards. Ten of Cups in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse. Ten of Cups in reverse is not like the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups talks about personal happiness. This is family, life at large, your home environment. And when it's in reverse, it means it's not good, or I'm not happy with it, or maybe this person has given up that they'll ever have that, or have it with you, or have it with anybody for that matter. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's not good. And I feel like that's what it's saying. The home life is not good. Family, whatever that represents to them. If you're single and you're living in an apartment with your dog, that's your home life, right? It's extended family too. I mean, if you have relatives, but predominantly for me as a reader. Now I've got a Page of Cups in reverse. This is somebody who either, to me, generally speaking, most of the time it means somebody who is emotionally unavailable, either because they've been so wounded, or most of the time it's that, and they're just choosing not to open up. It can be somebody who's overindulging too, by the way, like drinking too much, or moody, or even some like depressed, something like that. It can be that. So it's almost like this person is hiding that part of, the coldness might not just be you. It might, I feel like it probably has to do with this. It's not personal. It's what the situation they're in, whether that's, maybe their family, like I said, brothers, sisters, mother, parents, whatever, or where, what they're living in day to day. And I think it's just caused this person to shut down. It's what this feels to me like. That's what this feels like. I'm just shutting down. I'm not giving my cups, my emotions, my feelings. I just feel like that's where he is. Yeah. Now that could be either because this person is trying to, either because a person who is represented by this Queen of Pentacles, or this person, your person, is saying, no, I'm just going to take care of me, because this Queen of Pentacles is very independent. She's often married, but nevertheless, she chooses to be with somebody not because she needs to be, because she's got her own money. She's very taken care of, so to speak. And I feel like there's an element of this person that they'd rather focus on stability day to day, in balancing their life day to day with stability, maybe job, money, that could be more of a comfort to them than, because there are people like that. They're prioritizing stability and money over feelings. And that's kind of what I'm feeling right now, because clearly there's no harmony here, and no love to speak of. And I feel like this feels like this person, it's kind of like a statement of where they are. Yeah, just kind of in this virtual emotional stuck hangman position. I just feel like, yeah, and as I say that, stuck. Very interesting. Very interesting. That's you. You're the stuck one. That's this queen is you. Well, if that's the case, then this queen is focused on balance and harmony, but this can mean losing patience. This could be you, yeah, saying, and you, if you're saying you're that queen, you're losing patience or have lost patience, having anything to do with feelings in this situation. You may be getting busy just trying to, get a new perspective about it and get on down the road, as they say. Now let me see if there's anything else or advice for you in this. Yep, you're the Queen of Pentacles. All right. Any advice, please, for Aaron? Any advice for Aaron, please? I think you're already doing it, but that's just, we'll see what Tarot has to say. Any advice for Aaron, please? Okay, one more. Let's turn the deck over. My family life is balanced, and I do tend to matters that are important. Well, absolutely. That's what we hope everybody would do, right? But that's not reality, is it? Yeah, no more crying over spilt milk, Aaron. This is what this is saying. Spirit says no more. Let it go. No more crying over spilt milk. No more going back, looking at the past, looking at missed opportunities. Doesn't want you. Yeah. I can't hold it. There we go. Does not want you looking back at missed opportunities and thinking about the conflict and, yeah, and the third parties and the disappointment. No, I want you focused on your own personal happiness, not how you might have felt betrayed. Spirit wants you to focus in and listen to your own intuition going forward. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to take those. I think that's the message, but let me see if anything else wants to come out. Anything else? Yeah, okay. Love it. Yes, I love it. Oh, that's so sweet. Yes. Sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, that sounds about right. Yeah, don't. Because your temptation is going to be to linger and not move on. Your temptation is your instinct or your temptation. No, your patterning, your memories, you're thinking back. You're going to be tempted to get stuck there. And Spirit saying, no, 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 no. You keep moving. Keep it moving. And this also talks about determination, right? Determination to move forward, determination to go in a positive direction, positive for you. Yeah, let's don't get hung up here on these memories, because if you do, that's going to keep, this is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This means not good, not good. We don't want to do that. Now, it's interesting. You've got the Chariot in the upright, moving forward, and the Emperor with the Empress. So the Emperor, if you didn't know, is the person who drives the chariot. So Spirit is saying, nurture yourself, because the Emperor is an authority. The Empress is a nurturer. So be sovereign, take control, and yet nurture yourself. Be judicial about who you give your cup to in the future, which I think you will anyway. Yep, I think so. And let me see. Ask one more quick question here for you. You're saying it doesn't even matter at this point what he feels about me. I've done the work. Now it's time to focus on my goals. Well, amen. Amen. Yes, it is. That's exactly what Spirit's saying here. Anything else? Just asking one last time. Anything else? Any other guidance for Aaron, please? Yes. Yes. They're so slippery. I love this. I just love this artwork in this deck too. There, I'm laughing because of the message I got when the card flipped out, which I've never gotten before. It's the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is someone who's still curious about love. He's like, I got a crush. You know, it's the crush. It's the freshman kid who's got a crush on the senior cheerleader and wants to ask the senior cheerleader out. Probably, you know, I don't know if that would ever happen, but you know what I'm saying? It's like new, innocent kind of love. And Spirit saying, remember that. Remember what that felt like, because in all honesty, there's plenty of fish in the sea for you. There are plenty of fish swimming around all around you. Look at them. They're just surrounding her. I guess it's her, him, her. So I love that message. Yes, plenty of fish in the sea was what I heard when that card came out. So don't worry, it's coming. Yep, it's coming. It doesn't feel like it right now, but continue, because the theme has been for a while now, really, about self-love. Nurture yourself, like we talked about. Get your confidence back. Nurture yourself. Look to focus your energy on things that are fertile in your life, like you were just saying, like your work and so forth. Things that are fertile for you. I love that. Did y'all see the, and I'm only asking this because it's an eagle on this card. Did y'all see the Budweiser, probably the #1 commercial ever, Budweiser ad with the eagle in it? Did anybody see that? I saw it before the Super Bowl, because I don't know how that meant. It was some kind of a feature piece about it, and they showed part of the commercial, and it was an interview with the trainers who trained the horses and the eagle, and it was an interesting little spotlight. But anyway, I thought it was a fabulous commercial, as commercials go. Seems like that's a conversation for me tonight. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate you so much. So, Aaron, I think, it looks like it's just keep right on walking down where you're walking. Don't look back, is what I'm hearing. Because plenty of fish in the sea for you. Yes. I think even if that I just don't think that person has it to give. Honestly, I don't. I think they're cut off emotionally, if I have to say it that way. Even to the point of being afraid of feeling. There are people like, even I think avoidance are like that. Avoidant personality types are afraid to feel. That's a whole other subject. But anyway, did you really? Oh my God, Queen Black Jellybean says, we saw the Budweiser horses on the way to the Super Bowl. Oh, that's so awesome. I got to see them once. I can't remember, was that in Atlanta or was that here? No, I think it was here in Birmingham where I am. It's pretty amazing. I just, I don't drink beer anymore. I have to be gluten free and I can't drink, but not to mention the calories. But gosh, who doesn't love those horses? It was, yes, it was. And they talked about that. That was why the interview I watched talked about that they wanted to make it very clear there was no AI involved. Long, patient photography is what was involved. Very long, patient photography. But yes, and they tracked the, this was a rescue eagle. It was, but it's been trained, of course, now. And I forget his name. I want to say his name was, oh, wait, it was something significant, but it's something that would have been relevant to the whole theme of it. I can't remember the eagle's name now, but yes, it was a real eagle, real horses, because they showed in this live interview with the trainers, they were standing with the young horse that was in the video and the senior horse that was in the video and the eagle. And the trainers were there. So it was a cool piece. You can probably search it on YouTube. That's where I watched it. So yeah, no AI. They were very clear about that. I mean, it could have been, but nope. How they got that shot when the eagle was on the horse is pretty amazing. Like I said, incredible training, but they really are beautiful horses. Oh, Aaron, that's what that energy felt like to me. I didn't want to label anybody, but yes, Aaron saying, yes, he's an avoidant. Hard to love someone that's afraid of love. Yes, hope I learned my lesson here. It's not about him. For me, it was about me knowing my worth. Every single time you nailed it, Aaron. That is absolutely always the lesson with that, isn't it? And thank this person, as hard as that is to feel, probably in your heart. Thank this person for giving you that lesson, because you'll be better prepared and better prepared for the next person. You know, it's what I was saying earlier about you attract someone where you are, basically, either where you're healed or where you're not. You attract somebody on your same level of woundedness, so to speak, and that person is there to show you where you need to heal, and vice versa, or where you're not healed. And so that was the gift that he gave to you, was that you had to pull yourself out of it and claim your self-worth, and that will be something you'll have the rest of your life. So thank that person on his way. Joseph, I know it. I know exactly what you're saying, and I have to say, I don't like it either. And if I click on something, because and then there's clickbait titles too, and I see, like, it used to be novel, and now it almost feels intrusive if I have to put words to it. There's a level of, I feel a little insulted by some of it. Depends on the content, of course, but I'm kind of the same way. I've started, like, if I click on it and I see it and I just keep scrolling, I don't even. It's just like, really. I had been talking to a friend of mine about the subject of AI, and we're talking about, in this particular world, let's say, of specifically YouTube, but social media. Because I was determined when I came out here, I'm an artist. I'm an artist. You see my art studio, canvases and stuff. And if I sat down to edit a video, I would never come, I would just be there. I could just go way, way down that rabbit hole and in an enjoyable way, editing and doing all that stuff. So I see the appeal to doing that. However, because I'm here to do what I do and readings and stuff, I made a decision early on that no, what you see is what you get here. And I've never once edited one of my videos. I think I've got 500 maybe or something like that, 400 videos here. And I haven't edited any of them. So to the point of this conversation, though, I feel like what's going to happen is that people have been so entertained and so dominated by social media. And let me show you the next snappy thing, the next catchy thing, the next shiny thing. And I feel like the pendulum is going to swing back to we're over that. There's no, how about let's go back to authenticity? How about let's go back to something that's not so spiffy and polished and whatever. So that's my I don't know if it's a belief, but my speculation on how that might play out eventually, particularly in a venue like YouTube. Maybe we'll see. There's still plenty of people who will love it, but that's kind of where I am on it. You're saying 100%, yeah. Oh, Erin, that's sweet. Yes, thank you, Joseph, for buying Erin a reading. Oh, that was so sweet. Very sweet. All right. Just heard my neighbor slam her back door like the hat. She slams things. Oh, Joseph. And Joseph, if you ever do feel moved to do that, I keep a notepad right here and I keep track. So if for some reason you have to click off, just know that I'm tracking, and I promise I will give that to whomever, wherever, whatever. Yeah. Okay, guys. Anybody else have want to claim a reading? If not, I'm gonna head on out. I have my follow-up eye doctor appointment tomorrow. I'm anxious to get that done, and so hopefully he'll say and go back to normal activities and hashtag cabin fever. Oh, Joseph, no, I didn't say it for that reason. I just wanted to remind you, just, I'm all about that. Giving and passing it on. Well, if it was here close by, I'd put it on just to please my audience, but it's not. It's downstairs, and I'm not going to go down there and get it. So just for fun, I'll tell you what. I'll try to remember to bring it to the members only chat, and I'll wear it there for you. How about that? We can have fun with that. I think people probably thought, your social media, you're here to entertain. I think people didn't think it was real, but it was. I promise. Excuse me. It was very real. I changed it out at night to something different because I had to wear it. I had to cover my eye to sleep and then protect it during the day. But he said at a certain point you can switch to glasses or whatever. So anyway. Okay. All right. I'll try to remember to bring it then and wear it. Okay, guys. Well, I don't see anybody else popping on here for reading, so I guess we'll close it out for tonight. But it's great to see you all. Joseph, thank you again for purchasing a reading for Erin and also for moderating especially. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to try to get to some, I want to say some semblance of routine here, but, like I said, it looks like I'm buying a house, and so there'll be the moving, there'll be the renovation. I've got I'm meeting the builder my remodeling person on Thursday with the home inspector, and we're going to kind of go over, see what that's going to be involved, all that. So fingers crossed it won't be too bad, and And the good news is I know he's a guy I've used before. My son's used him. I can just hand him the key and let him do his thing. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Daryl, Hannah, and Bill. Well, it's funny you say that. I have a group text with my meditation group of ladies, and I think I posted it that picture on there. Oh, that's funny. Yes. She rocked it too, didn't she? She rocked that patch. Yes, it is very exciting. And one of the main reasons I'm doing that is so I used to for years, for 20 whatever years, had a house that had a specific room for meditation. But I'd retired and I downsized, and then life changes, and here I am again. So part of this move is having that again, and so I'm excited about it. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you again. Appreciate you, Joseph. I'll see you guys soon. Many blessings. Bye.